Hey everyone, Erica with a K here. Two fun facts you may not know about me. One is I'm an avid walker, and the other is my hands are always cold. So these hand warmers were perfect. My husband used to joke all the time that I need my own heat lamp like a lizard, and these work perfectly. So finding gloves was really difficult for me. Either they didn't have the fingertips, which is what I needed, or they're just for fashion, as you can see here. There's also kinds that like you think are going to be really practical because the tips of your fingers don't have to be in it, like mittens, but it's just too bulky and just problematic. And then there's also the traditional gloves that just wear down and they're just not pretty and gross and just kind of annoying. So these hand warmers are just amazing. The design is really sleek. They're small, they're mighty, and they're really easy to work. So you just do a long press to turn them on, and then there's 3 different heat settings: low, medium, and high. As I said, my hands are always cold, and I never needed to put it higher than the low setting because they're just small but mighty. So come with me on this walk and let me tell you all the other great things that you can do with these. So first of all, they're hands-free, so I can do whatever I need to do with my hands without having to have clunky gloves on. And of course, there's other uses for them too. So even if you're not an avid walker like I am, there are other uses. But first, let's talk about just how functional these are. You can put these in your bag, bring them to work. You can do whatever you need to do with them. They come with a charger that charges both of them at the same time. So if you're wondering, yes, they are rechargeable. They're easy to use. Like I said, it's a long hold to turn it on. And then there's 3 different settings that you would just hit that little white button each time you want to go to low, medium, or high. And to turn it off is the same as turning it on. You're going to just hold down that little white button. I like to hold them so that my fingertips are on the curvature because that's the warmest part. But it's really up to you how you decide to hold these. But as I said, there are other uses besides walking. I personally work from home, and so does my husband, and we can never agree on the temperature of the house. So these are perfect for me to have whenever my hands or my fingertips get a little bit cold. It's perfect if you work in an office because those buildings are always freezing. I love that I can type and answer emails without having bulky, cumbersome gloves on. In the mornings when I'm puttering around the house, I like to keep them in the pocket of my robe because anytime that my hands get cold, I can just put them in there and know that I have a little bit of extra heat and comfort. Even on the most beautiful sunny fall day, summer day, it doesn't matter what time of year it is, my fingertips and my hands are still cold. Just having the option to have them in my hands no matter what the weather is, keep them in your pocket, backpack, clutch, or purse. They're also stylish that you couldn't even tell that I had them in my hands. Like even when I watched this back, I'm like, oh yeah, I had them in my hands. With these hand warmers, you never have to sacrifice style for comfort. I don't have to worry if gloves match a specific outfit. Of course, my favorite thing is not getting my gloves caught in zippers because that's really frustrating and annoying. And so being able to just have these in my pocket warming up while I'm bundling myself up for whatever the weather has in store for me that day is one of my favorite parts. I can just have them on in my pockets and not have to worry about taking gloves off and putting them back on throughout the day. I highly recommend.